We're the students of PG High, and it's game night! Yeah!
All right, hi there. Welcome to Game Night Live, presented by SportsMedUtah.com, and welcome to week 2 of the high school football season. We have a major Utah County clash to talk about. The game actually lived up to the hype. Number 2 in 5A versus number 3 in 4A needed overtime to decide a winner there. And over here, the streak of all streak continuing, and these guys making a move to Utah high school football history. It's all coming up right now.
A KSL Sports Beat presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Presented by SportsMedUtah.com.
All right, we begin with a Utah County clash. Timview, 4A defending champ, at home with Pleasant Grove last night. T-Birds wanting to make a statement that they are the team to beat once again this year in 4A, while Pleasant Grove wants to make a statement that they are worthy of all the preseason hype in 5A. Jeremiah Jensen was there for our Game of the Week.
People are talking about it in school. All the other students are asking me, what are you guys going to do against PG? Show them who Timview is.
I live with some Timview kids too, and when they come to you and say that we have no chance, it kind of just makes you cringe a little bit. And I mean, I'm excited.
They said they want PG. I don't want them to say that. Be careful what you wish for. You bet you PG right
Timview, we're coming for them.
There was a lot of hype for this Utah County clash, and for good reason. The defending 4A champion Timview Thunderbirds are ranked number 1 in the state in 4A. Pleasant Grove loaded with a lot of talent. Right out of the gate, Timview started fast with a kickoff return for a touchdown for the second week in a row. Britton Covey takes it back 90 yards for the score. But Pleasant Grove would answer with 21 straight points. Jeremiah Evans connects with Micah Jones for a 12-yard touchdown. The game was tied at 7. Still in the first quarter, TJ Wynn takes it in from 5 yards out, giving Pleasant Grove the lead. Spencer Romney had 230 yards receiving last week against Orem, including an 89-yard touchdown. He did it again. Evans to Romney for an 81-yard score, and it was 21-7 Vikings. Timview's defense would finally buckle down after that. Isaiah Nakua was an animal for Timview, one of the top 300 players in the country. That's why he had several sacks. Let's go to the fourth quarter. 3 minutes left. Timview driving for the win, but Spencer Romney comes up with a big play on defense. The interception gives PG the ball and wraps up the win. Pleasant Grove with a big road win over Timview. How big is this win for you guys?
This is awesome. We've had a rivalry with these guys for a long time. A couple years ago, we broke their winning streak, and this is big for us to come out here and win it.
All right, now last night our Game Night Live crew headed out to Stansberry, and the Stallions taking on Hurricane. Both teams expected to contend for the 3A title, but looking to get their season kick-started as they both lost their openers last week. Chopper 5 right here, delivering the game ball. That's Marshall Lindsay, paralyzed in a four-wheeling accident, but he fought his way out of a wheelchair and is on the Stansberry golf team, and he was able to walk out of Chopper 5 last night to deliver the game ball. Emotional beginning to a wild and crazy game.
Stansberry would take control in the second quarter. Zane Anderson finds the end zone, and the Stallions build a 14-0 lead. Stallions defense did not allow the Tigers to get anything moving on offense.
Wahongi was there to make the stop.
Spencer Wahongi was the stopper. 7 of his school record 19 tackles in the first half.
Everyone did amazing and executed on the defensive side of the ball. I did my assignment and they just came to me.
But later in the second quarter, with the Hurricane offense unable to move, the Tigers special teams coming up special.
It's blocked, and it's a touchdown for the Hurricane Tigers. Jeremiah Aremia.
That would cut the lead in half, 14-7. But the Stallions would get the momentum right back.
Across the middle, got a receiver, touchdown!
Chase Christiansen, the Aggie-bound Stallion, 28-yarder to Austin Kincaid. Stansberry back in control, 21-7 at the half. Third quarter, though, a completely different Hurricane Tigers offense, thanks to J.D. Stansworth. Next possession, it's Stansworth again. Back-to-backers for J.D. Stansworth, and just like that, we're all tied at 21. Stansberry was hurting. Quarterback Chase Christiansen had to come to the sideline a number of times in that quarter to take care of cramping. So the Stallions needed something big to happen, and they would get it from Jesse Horowitz.
The middle, Jesse Horowitz, it's a foot race to the end zone. Jesse Horowitz has got himself a 48-yard touchdown for Stansberry.
Did you think you were going to get caught?
I could have backed my truck to that. Our O-line, beautiful blocks, baby. It was a good game.
Would that be a Mack truck?
Mack truck, of course it's a Mack truck. O-line, my O-line's the best.
Horowitz, 16 carries, 150 yards, and that would get Old Mo back for Stansberry. Zane Anderson finishing it off in the fourth.
Stansberry, 23 yards, Zane Anderson.
It was hard. I had to tell my guys to lead my team. As team captain, we pushed through it and we got through it. Our line, offensive line, did so well.
Christiansen's cramps actually turned out to be a high sprain. He still ran for 124 yards. Stansberry now in the win column, 34-21.
All right, 502 yards rushing for the Stallions. Now, this game was streaming live on KSL.com, along with 8 other games from across the state last night. We stream a bunch of these games every week, also volleyball as well. And if you missed the live broadcast, no problem. You can go back to live.ksl.com and watch this game, and also PG's win over Timpview, live.ksl.com. All right, big matchup at Alta High School. Hawks hosting Lone Peak Knights, 1-0. Alta looking to rebound after losing at East. Lone Peak not letting that happen, though. Baron Gutkowski pumps, finds Dylan Murdoch, 44-yard hook up. The Knights out quickly to a 10-0 lead. Alta struggling most of the first half. However, they would finally get it together. Chipper Lucero to Mark Richards. Big night for Richards. Mac Richards, 53 yards, 10-7 at the half. Third quarter, Alta's offense coming out on fire. Lucero again to Richards, 46 yards. Hawks will punch it in a few plays later. Alta up 14-10. Next drive for Lone Peak. Watch this run by Gutkowski. Picks up 33 yards, but then at the end of this thing, he gets all twisted around. Hurts his shoulder. He would have to come out. Alta shows no mercy. Lucero, shovel pass to Tanner Sansom. Check out some of as he sets up his blocks and struts in for 27-yard touchdown. 21-10 Hawks. Lone Peak never recovers. Next drive, here comes Lucero again. Guess who he's going to? Richards through the defender's hands into his hands. Touchdown! Alta rebounds from last week's loss. Drops Lone Peak 35-17.
Last week, we had a little disappointment with East, and we wanted to come out this week and improve on some of the mistakes we made last week, and I think we did that, and we just got to keep getting better.
Credit to the guys and the coaches this week. We had a heck of a week of practice, and I'm just happy for the guys, the way we came out, the senior leadership that we had the whole game. Adversity comes, but this team is resilient, man. I'm proud of them. So.
Hey, you Hawks, hear me? Boom!
That's how we play. I'm proud of our guys.
All right, Bingham, number 1 in 5A in our KSL coaches poll at Harriman, wasting no time building a lead in this one. Scott Nichols gets the blocks, keeps his leg churning, and he gets in from 13 yards out, 7-0 Miners. Then Bingham special teams coming up with a nice play right there, the block punt. Miners take over deep in the territory. A few plays later, Kyle Gehrig. The floater, Landon Meeson comes under it. Miners keep the scoring going from there, 37-24 over Harriman. All right, great matchup in week 2 here. Highland ranked 3rd, and Syracuse is 2nd in 4A and 5A. Dave Noriega was there for this one.
was a defensive battle until Highland's Jamal Greer hit Ben Bergeson down the middle for the biggest play of the day, 68 yards for the score. That was the only score of the first half. The game was pretty sloppy, lots of yellow hankies on the ground, nearly 30 thrown in the game. Fourth quarter and Syracuse is in trouble. But sophomore Chase Bowerly puts together a nice drive, connecting with Carson Nielsen for the big gain. Then Bowerly would finish it off, finding Blake Tyrone in the back of the end zone, 16 yards to tie things up. Syracuse had a chance to win it in regulation. Fourth down with the ball just inches away from the goal line, and kicker Romney Harker would miss a 17-yarder with under a minute to play. Highland gets the ball at the 20 with under a minute to go. They drive down the field, and with 5.8 seconds to play, the Rams have a chance to win it. Kicker Mike Kerr has his 28-yarder blocked, but not so fast. A personal foul leapfrogging gives Kerr a second chance. And Syracuse blocks it again. Duante Atkinson sends it into overtime. High school overtime the same as college. Each team gets a shot starting at their own 25. Highland starts things off with an 11-yard touchdown run by Thomas Penbroke. Highland up 14-7. Syracuse gets a chance to match. Kavika Fanua sends things into a second overtime with this powerful 4-yard run. Titans get the first shot in the second overtime. Romney Harker gets a shot at redemption. 34 yards out, and he drills it through the uprights. From GOAT to hero, Harker just picked up football last year.
I was really down on myself after I missed that first one because I'm new to football. I haven't really played my whole life, so I'm not sure what the rules are and stuff. So I wasn't sure what was going down and stuff, but I'm glad I had a second chance to prove myself.
Yeah, because he was down. He really was. He was very upset with himself and stuff. But you know what? He kept his heads up, and the kids on the sideline kept telling him, "Get your heads up. We're going to have another shot at it."
All my teammates were encouraging me and stuff, and so I'm glad I could support them and win the game for them.
It doesn't surprise me. He does it every day in practice, and I'm so proud of him. I mean, the kid's an amazing kid.
All right, huge power matchup in Camas. South Summit, number 1 in 2A, hosting 3A's number 1 Morgan. Morgan on the board first right here, Kate Kerrigan. 2-yard touchdown, Trojans 6-0 in the first. South Summit will respond with a big play right here from Ty Jones. A couple of nice moves. I guess we'd call this guy the Green Hornet. Dave, what do you think? Sure, of course. Wildcats 7-6 lead now. All right, to the third. It's Kerrigan again. That's a 1-yard dive. Trojans missed a 2-point conversion. However, they still lead 12-7. Wildcats would respond in the fourth. Ty Jones pumps once and then going long. Isaac Tillett got it. 40 yards hookup. That puts the Wildcats up 13-12. Morgan still has time. Drive to the Summit 10. Here's a 24-yard field goal to win it. 25 seconds left. It is long enough, but it is not good enough. This one lived up to the hype. South Summit hanging on for the big win over Morgan. How about Duchesne? 1 win away from a date with destiny at North Summit. Eagles win this. They will tie Timpview's 37-game winning streak. First quarter, Duchesne's Matt Muir. There he is. 4 yards, 8-0 Eagles. Next possession, Matt Dye. 15-0 Duchesne. 30 seconds left in the first half. Trent Roberts. Riley Spencer, there he is, touchdown, 31 yards. And that is number 37 in a row for the Eagles. 21-7 your final, and will be at Carbon to break the record next week.
36! Oh! 36! Oh!
Yeah, we still got one more game to set the record, and you know, we got a lot of stuff to work on.
Feels awesome. Can't wait to keep it going. I want to go 12-0 this year. That's all I want.
I hope you realize one more win, we hold this record. We hold it!
By the way, this is the Dave I was talking to. Say hi. Hi. Okay, thank you. Primetime for Foreigners will be announced in just a few minutes, and we have plenty of highlights still to come. They snapped one streak last week, looking to begin a new one last night. Oh, we had a wild ending. You'll see it when we come back. All right, off we go into the Wild Blue Yonder. Hop aboard Chopper 5 right here. Let's go for a ride.
We begin our Friday night flights brought to you by Larry H. Millard Dealerships at Taylorsville. Warriors using a punishing ground game. Isaiah Pete, 178 yards rushing. Alex Lehali, 91 yards on the ground, and also a stingy defense, throwing a shutout at home against Murray. Warriors now 2-0 for the first time in 12 years. Now let's head to Utah County in a flyover, the Corn Maze by Thanksgiving Point. Even the corn has football fever. American Fork and Mountain Crest Caveman defense doing a number on the Mustangs. Kyle Baugh with the sack. American Fork shutting out the Stangs in the first quarter while building a 21-0 lead. Mountain Crest trying to make a rally. Gage Ferguson cutting the lead to 28-14, but that would be it. American Fork wins and moves to 1-1. Mountain Crest now falls to 0-2. To Timpanogos we go. Timberwolves quarterback Jackson Dunford threw for 5 touchdowns to 5 different receivers, and the defense would do the rest, jumping out to a 20-0 first-half lead and cruise to a 34-16 win over the Dons. And that concludes our ride on Chopper 5 and Friday Night Flights.
Hey, last week, Weber snapped his 23-game losing streak, looking to make it 2 in a row. Last night at Roy, second quarter, tied at 7. Weber's Cole Dean to Austin. And he does the rest. 6-yard touchdown, 14-7 Warriors. And it stayed that way till the fourth. Roy's Tyler Skidmore to Logan LaRose. Great catch, puts the Royals inside the 5 where Skidmore, great second effort. He sneaks in. We're all tied. Final seconds of this one now. Still tied. Roy's Ben Akula with 33-yard field goal to win it. Good! Roy with the last second win over Weber, 17-14.
I felt my heart kind of drop a little bit. You know, I just had that feeling. I just said I just got to put the ball in the middle, and it just happened. I'm really thankful. It's just like the best feeling ever.
It's the best feeling ever. To Kaysville now, Davis and Hunter. Davis already up 10-0 in the second quarter. Mason White in his all-brown uniform, busting through 44 yards away. 17-0 White, 111 yards rushing on 18 carries. It was 25-0 when Hunter would cut that lead right now. McKay Medlinger to Noah Tagai for the 65-yard catch and run, 25-7 at the half. Second half now, what can Brown do for you? Well, this is what Brown can do for you. Parker Rose finds the corner, finds the end zone. Davis rolls, 35-7. Darts 2-0. Wolverines 1-1. How about Corner Canyon hosting its first ever home game, leading Springville 10-0 when the Red Devils would roll off 21 straight. Dylan Slavens to Max Schreiner, 7 yards, 21-10 in the fourth quarter. Chargers would score late, but they cannot get the onside kick. Springville holds on to spoil Corner Canyon's home opener. Box Elder heading south to face Layton. Lancers second quarter. B's already up 10-0. Chad Watson going deep to Keegan Hubbard. Laying out for that one. Touchdown. Second half. Lancer Jordan Yaramillo looking and rolling and finding wide open Hunter Evans, but too little too late though. Box Elder moves on to the 28-7 win. Defending 3A champ, Dixie looking to bounce back after and against the Lehigh Pioneers. Dixie's Ammon Takau to Jaden Harrison. Nice juke right there. Dives in the end zone. Flyers on the board first. They were up 30-7. Pioneers trying to come back. Derek Beeston to Caden Calton. And he's off to the races. But too much Dixie. Drew Batchelor. Number 2, but he's number 1 in the Flyers' hearts. Flyers win in a blowout. Both teams now 1-1.
Big win for us this week. Going into Riverton next week. I'm pretty sure Riverton's 7th in the state. We got to be prepared.
Got to go on the road again, so we're going to have to go and prove we can play on the road and play well and hopefully compete.
All right, now it's time to check out this week's prime time performers. Here we go. Let's start with Alta receiver Mac Richards. 14 receptions, 256 yards, and count them, 2 touchdowns to lead the Hawks to their first win of the season last night over Lone Peak. How about the day of Jared Sheese, Manti? 7.5 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 1 interception, and 2 right there rushing touchdowns. And finally for the UNA Utes, Braxton Kunis, 370 yards passing, 4 TDs, also 166 yards on the ground, and he also had 1 rushing touchdown. Okay, we have one final look at week 2 when we come back. All right, so week 2 of the high school football season in the books. Now time to recap some of the best moments with Friday Nights, brought to you by Brent Brown Toyota.
Ready?